Hey everybody, it's Blaise and Chris from the Marvel Report, here to review Jessica Jones Episode 2, aka Crush Syndrome. This review will include spoilers. We will be doing a full episode review, so just beware going forward.
Yeah, we will, for each episode now after the premiere, we will be getting into some specifics about the episodes. And this one starts off kind of right after the dealing with the aftermath of the first episode with with all the detectives in the police department trying to figure out what happened with Hope and how it kind of connects to Jessica since it happened in her apartment. And that the main kind of, the biggest part of this episode is how it kind of leads to the conflict between Jessica and Luke. As they see the photos of Luke in Jessica's apartment / office, and they kind of go searching and talking with Luke to figure out what his connection is to Jessica. And that really leads to the awesome action sequence we get later in the bar with Jessica and him taking out like the rugby team, and then obviously the reveal at the end that Luke is pretty much indestructible. So yeah, Blaise, you want to dig in? Like, what did you really like?
I think the main thing for me in episode 2 is the full introduction of Kilgrave.
Yep.
The ending of episode 1 is brutal. It's extremely dark. I was surprised they showed we're so visual in what happened basically, but it's all still that tease kind of this is what this guy can do. But episode 2, we finally get to see him. He's introduced, and the way they introduce him, I thought was, again, just extremely dark and surprising. But that, for me, was what stuck out. I don't know how you felt about it, but...
No, I agree. Kilgrave coming in, that whole scene with him and the kids making them go into the closet.
Yeah, he puts them in the closet, and you see the urine drizzle out, and it's messed up.
Yeah, Again, it just kind of adds, we already had that creepiness kind of present in the premiere, that kind of fear of who is this guy, and, Tenet just does a terrific job.
Yeah.
And the direction on the episode, too, like you said, the shot of the urine coming out, just like those little visual ways that they kind of show his power without, showing him as this sort of, laughing, maniacal villain either. It's just kind of, it's in what he does, rather than kind of, I guess how he's presented. He's almost this almost this mythic almost figure in a way.
Yeah, and I feel like also that it really adds to that he does feel like he is a god. He walks around thinking nobody can stop him, and he has obviously this obsession with Jessica. And again, all these little things. It shows why. We get glimpses into her past, and you see her ability to walk away from him. It was the first time it ever happened, and that's why he is obsessed.
Yeah, definitely. And also, kind of as I touched upon in the brief recap, Jessica and Luke kind of, their whole conflict together when Luke gets roped into the situation, and then obviously the reveal that he is
indestructible.
Yeah, that he, just like Jessica, is a powered person. Is really kind of, it was just nicely paced and nicely done. Anyone who's familiar with Luke Cage and Jessica Jones kind of knew already ahead of time about their connection and about kind of what Luke Cage, what his abilities were or what his powers were. But still, for the television show, it was just really paced very nicely, and just it was a very strong kind of scene to end the episode on. I'm really looking forward to seeing how their relationship develops now that we've got that kind of initial conflict, and now it seems like they should be getting closer.
Yeah, they really built it up well because, in the first episode when they sort of get together and everything, and it's funny because they're both like, I don't want to hurt you, because they don't know. And then this episode, you get the fight scene in his bar, and they're both kind of sitting there just casually flipping guys to the side, but watching one another wait a second, you can do this too?
Yeah.
And, the visual was really fun. I'm really happy that they, are showing physical knives, get bent against Luke's skin, and have him do, he came in at the end and put the bandsaw or whatever, the saw to his stomach, and I thought that was really cool, and I'm just glad that they're showing that.
Yeah, no, I agree. That fight scene is just so much fun.
Yeah.
And, that was, the main takeaway for me in this episode. Obviously, Jessica is still kind of, you have the main plot with her trying to prove Hope's innocence and go after Kilgrave. That's developing nicely. But for me, I guess what stuck out really was Kilgrave's introduction and Luke's kind of reveal to Jessica.
Yeah.
And both of those I'm really excited to see how they play out because while I feel like the premiere episode was a nice introduction, this I think kind of just set the stage for what's to come. It did really what a second episode should do, which is kind of refresh you on what happened in the premiere and then like slowly set up the pieces.
Yeah, because I think also for Jessica's character, a huge thing is her relationships with people. Like clearly she finds it extremely tough to develop a relationship, to trust somebody. And, we get both sides of it. We see what she's trying to get over, as well as probably the first relationship that she's really felt comfortable in and somewhat trusting. So, again, I really like how they're building up both of those, how they're establishing these main characters going forward, and I think they're doing a great job with it so far. It was a solid, like you said, sort of transition piece, next step into what's building.
Yeah, and as we mentioned in our premiere review, just the look of the show, the music, everything's still terrific.
Yeah.
And Mike Coulter getting more to do here as Luke Cage too. We mentioned that he had made a real strong impression in the first episode, but now you really kind of see him becoming Luke Cage, and I thought that was really great to see, and it made me even more excited for the Luke Cage series.
Exactly. Like I was kind of curious, were they going to wait until the finale or the back half of the season to reveal his powers and sort of have them figure each other out? But I like that it's just out in the open right now, and that's how their relationship is going to develop. That he's the male equivalent of her. They're both super strong. They both aren't seeking out this heroism. They aren't trying to be superheroes necessarily, but they use their powers when they need to and sort of can, I guess, get along and relate because of those reasons. So again, I think it'll be a great dynamic and really make him a great supporting character while setting him up going forward.
Definitely. It's definitely going to be a really interesting relationship on the show, different than anything else that we'll see. But yeah, those are our main thoughts for episode 2 of Jessica Jones, aka Crush Syndrome. And I love the AKAs in front of every episode. So those are our thoughts. We'd love to hear your guys' as well, so please check out this video, comment below, let us know how you're enjoying Jessica Jones, how far you are in your binge, what you think of episode 2, and be sure to follow Blaise and myself on Twitter.
Yeah, connect with us on Twitter. We're always down to talk and engage.
For sure.
Follow the Marvel Report on Twitter. Check out themarvelreport.com and subscribe to our channel. But
a lot of great videos still coming. So thanks so much, guys, and we'll be back with episode 3 very soon.
Bye.